Namaste, beautiful friends. This class is going to be a fun upper body interval power yoga workout, and it is called Where's the Beach? I don't know how to do this. That's not right. Anyway, it's going to be all about the upper body, the biceps, the back, the triceps. We're really going to get all of it. So when you're ready to bring out the big guns, I'll meet you on the mat. So we're going to begin today actually in child's pose. So come to sit with your knees as wide as the mat, your hips on your heels, toes touching, and walk the hands forward, bringing your forehead to the mat, or maybe to your hands if you'd like to create a little pillow with your fists. Just allowing the back of the body to relax, the back of the neck to relax. I started this week with a terrible kink in my neck. Couldn't move it for like 2 days. So even though this is going to be a hard workout, it's going to be very mindful. So I invite you to take the time to scan the body as you begin to deepen the breath. Send your mind's eye into all the nooks and crannies of the body, noticing how it feels to be present today. Perhaps there is a kink in the hip that's trying to talk to you. Maybe it's in the neck or the groin, the knees. Begin to have a conversation with the body as we sink here and we ground into the beginning of this practice. And ask the body what it needs from you today, now in this moment. And allowing the body to speak to you without judgment. Simply being receptive to the signs and signals that it is trying to convey to you. And as you're here, beginning this conversation, also take the time to lengthen the breath. Using the breath to facilitate that conversation by sending the breath into all the nooks and crannies of the body. Your question riding on the back of that breath and that energy. Excellent. On your next inhale, walk your hands forward and rock up into tabletop. Coming into a neutral tabletop, so your knees will be underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders. Rock forward over the fingertips and then press back into child's pose, allowing the head to be heavy. Dip the chin and rock forward into tabletop, coming over the fingertips, kind of coming into an exaggerated cat-cow. So as you come back onto the hips, you round in the back, roll forward, and then arch in the back. Heart space moves forward and back to child's pose. A few more like this, just big exaggerated waves of the body. few more. Last one. And then rock forward to tabletop. Keep your hips over your heels and your hips over your knees, sorry, and walk the hands forward, dropping the forehead to the mat. Extended puppy pose. Shoulders move away from the ears, hips stay over the knees, abs engage. Fingertips and hips move away from each other. Excellent. Walk the hands back in to tabletop. Inhale, right hand reaches up to the sky. Exhale, twist. Thread the needle. Hand moves into the window created by your left hand and left leg. Staying gentle here at the beginning of the practice. We don't need to go too deep. Just beginning to bring mobility into the shoulder girdle. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Find that neutral tabletop. And on your next in-breath, reach the left hand up to the sky. And exhale, thread the needle. Being very gentle and present in the body. And inhale, come back to tabletop. Excellent. Flip the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. You can keep the knees bent, pedal through the feet. First down dog. Again, we're being very careful, very present in the body, noticing the stiffness that might be there in the first down dog of the day. So be compassionate, be kind, walk it out. Spread the fingers wide, move the shoulders away from the ears, and walk the feet to the front of the mat, forward fold. Again, keeping the knees bent. If you need to, if you feel like it, maybe even if you don't need to, but you do feel like it, cross the arms above the head, dip the chin to lengthen the back of the neck, and gently sway side to side. Come to stillness at center. You can look left and look right. Drop the hands, inhale, half lift. Engage the core, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swoop the hands up to the sky. And exhale, press the air away. Fingertips trace, circle around the body. Come to Tadasana at the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Once again, clasp above the head. Exhale, side bend to the left, ground down through the right foot. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the right. Back to center. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart space. Widen through the collarbones. Stretch the front of the shoulders. Maybe look up. Again, engaging the core, using the core to stabilize and release. Take the feet about a little wider than hip distance apart and begin to sway the arms, swing the arms left and right, looking over the shoulders, coming onto the toes. I like to call this my wet noodle pose, wet noodle arms, because you're just allowing the motion to take over the arms. Awesome. Come back to center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Engage the core, micro bend in the knees. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to plank. Check your alignment, make sure your wrists are underneath the shoulders. Press the heels away from you, squeeze the thighs toward one another. Hip points hook toward the face. So make sure that you're not booty popping up here in the air. We're not twerking in our plank pose. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be good alignment. So heart space moves between the biceps. Press the heels away from you, navel up and in. Launch forward over the fingertips. Bend the elbows at a 90-degree angle, chaturanga. Press back up. And again, 2. Press back up. 3. Press back up. Chaturanga to upward facing dog this time. Second chaturanga or fifth chaturanga to downward facing dog. Take the left hand to the center of the mat, reach the right hand to the left ankle or in the direction of the left ankle, look under the left shoulder. And switch. Switch sides, look under the right shoulder. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel kicks to the sky. Exhale, rock forward to plank, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, kick it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, kick it back. 3, 4. Really engage the core. 5. Hold it here, and then step it through. Inhale up, high lunge. You can always take a low lunge here as well by dropping the left knee down if the balance is off today, or you're just not feeling the legs. Maybe you did leg day yesterday and you're sore. So always option to bring that left knee down. Otherwise, come into your high lunge. Drawing the hips underneath the shoulders, engage the core, relax the shoulders. Take the right hand to the right hip, reach up and over. Press the left heel away from you. Full body stretch on the left side. Full left side body stretch, I suppose. Inhale, come back up. Fall over a little bit if you'd like. And reach the arms out, left and right. Palms facing down, thumbs leading. 10 arm circles to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms up this time to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant the palms. Step it back to plank. 3 chaturanga push-ups. 1, make them strong. 2, and 3, and chaturanga. Upward facing dog. 5th chaturanga to downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel kicks to the sky. Exhale, rock forward to plank, knee to tricep. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to tricep. 2, 3, 4, engage the core. And 5, hold it here, and then step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Once again, option to take low lunge. If that's where you're at today, totally fine, totally cool. You do you. My legs are pretty sore today actually as well, so I can feel it. I'm feeling it. I get it. Okay, from here, take the left hand to the left hip, reach up and over, side bend. Press that right heel away from you. Maybe look under the right arm. Inhale, come back up. And release the hands down now. So here, You'll bend the arms at a 90 degree. If you have dumbbells or you want to add weight to this, you can feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can do it with no weights. That's fine too. As long as you have that mind-muscle connection and you're really focusing on squeezing, it's still going to be tough without the weight. But if you want weight, grab those because that's fun too. So take the elbows at a 90-degree angle, clench the fists as though you're lifting weights, and lift the elbows to come to parallel with the shoulders and come back down. So if you're really squeezing and working on the shoulders, you'll feel it. Lift with the elbows, come into parallel with the shoulders and release 10 times. 1, squeeze the shoulders. Woo! 2, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm feeling it. 3, 4, shoulder flies. 5, 6, 7, 8, woo, 9, and 10. Awesome. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to plank. And we'll do 3 staggered push-ups. So take the right hand a little bit farther forward than the left. You can maybe take your feet wider for balance. And right hand is forward, left hand back. Push up. Switch sides, left forward, right back. Push up. Switch sides, right forward, left back. Push up. Come back to plank. Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Second chaturanga to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high to the sky. Exhale, rock forward, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. 2. Whew. 3. Oh, really squeeze the core. 4. And 5. Squeeze it here, lift higher, and step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Strong high lunge. Press the left heel away from you. Lots of energy in that left leg. Awesome. Squeeze the right knee in towards the midline. And now take the torso over the right thigh. You might need to hop the left foot in, an inch. So we have a lot of energy between the crown of the head and the left heel. Stick straight, slightly dip the chin, and reach the arms above the head, palms down. Squeeze the elbows in toward the ribs, core tight, and reach. These are lat pull downs. We'll do 10. 1, really squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2, 3, weight in the right heel. Oof. 4, 5. You should feel this even without weights. 6, if you have weights, even better. Only light weights though. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back up, high lunge, and plant the palms, step it back to plank. Take the left arm forward, right arm back, push up, switch, push up, switch, push up, plank, chaturanga, to upward facing dog. Second chaturanga to downward facing dog. I know. Remember to be present, feeling how the body feels. There's a difference between something being tough and something hurting. So pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you. And then inhale, lift the left heel up. Exhale, rock forward, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, squeeze the core. 2, ooh, kick it back. 3, 4, and 5. Squeeze it here, a little higher. Woo! And step it through. Inhale up, high lunge. Awesome. Bring the torso over the left leg, weight in the left heel, and keep that energy from the right heel to the crown of the head. So core is engaged, press through the right heel. Keep a little bit of a bend in the elbow. It can be 90 degrees, it can be almost straight. Your choice. Imagine you have weights in your hands, or grab weights if you have them. And squeeze the shoulders together, lift the arms out to the left and right in a fly movement. And release 10 times. Weight in the left heel. 1, 2, really squeeze the shoulders together. 3, 4, 5, 6, pause at the top. 7, 8, almost. 9, 10. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant the palms. Step it back to plank. I bet you're wondering where we're going now, because we've done 2 of the same and now we're on to bigger and better things. So take your hands in the top of a push-up alignment, which means your hands are a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. Index finger and thumb facing in a little bit. Okay, good. Now that we're there, spread the fingers really wide and press into the base of each finger. So you don't want to have your little TP set up underneath your index and your thumb. Really press into where the index and the thumb meet the mat, or where the fingers meet the palm. Okay, so then you can do this on your knees as well. Totally doable from the knees or from the feet. I'll show you from the knees first. Really get a good strong push-up alignment. Heart space is open, core is engaged. Push up, bringing the left knee to the left elbow, and then the right knee to the right elbow. These are called reptile push-ups. So you can do it from the knees or from the feetsies, and we'll do 10. Take a break if you need to, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Back to plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, second chaturanga to downward facing dog. So meet me in downward dog when you are done. You can pause the video if you need to. It's the beauty of an online video, is you just pause it and finish your 10. Great. Excellent. Inhale. Come onto the toes, bend the knees, look between the hands. Exhale. Hop, step, or jump to the front of the mat. Take the feet wider than hip distance apart, toes out, heels in, sink the hips. Yogic squat. Hands to prayer at heart center. Press the knees away from you with the elbows. Lift the heart high, dip the chin. Create a long line between the hips and the crown of the head, the tailbone and the crown of the head. Take the right hand outside the right foot. Reach the left arm up. Reach for the sky. You can clasp behind if it's in your practice. Otherwise, stay where you were. Inhale, come back to center. Hands to prayer. Recalibrate. Checking in on the body, see how it feels. Take the left hand out, reach the right arm up. Twist maybe if it's in your practice, or clasp rather. Clasp if it's in your practice. And release. Come back to center. Hands to prayer. And now take the hands behind you and come to sit. Now, take the hands behind you, fingers facing toward you. And you might need to scoot your butt away a little bit. This is also very well done on like the side of a couch or a table, if you have it. So if you're not on camera like I am, move to get to a We have to get to a couch or a table or something like that where you can be off the ledge. We're doing tricep dips. So fingertips facing toward you, lift the booty, and when you bend your elbows, your booty's gonna come towards the mat. Try to make sure that your elbows are on top of the wrists. It's hard to see for me, it's maybe hard to see for you, but just do your best. That means that basically your shoulders are gonna come over the fingertips. You'll bend at the elbows and press back up. You'll find the way that is the most comfortable for you. Okay, lift the hips 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come to seat. Plank. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Reach the right arm forward and sweep it back to touch the booty, the thigh. Reach forward. Try to keep the hips square and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. Reach forward and back. 1, 2, core tight. 3, 4, and 5. Plank. Drop the knees. Come back onto the bum. 10 more tricep dips. Grab it on the table or the chair, whatever you're working on. You can also do it from the mat. It's not as efficient for me, I think, because I have really short arms. So it's a little bit harder because I could go deeper, but I can't because there's like a floor there. All right, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Plank. Hold. Plank. Hold. Awesome. Give me a strong plank. And we're going to be here for a little while, so make it good. Come back to the breath. Begin to slow the breath down. Stay for as long as you are able to. I know it's hard. Focus on a drishti point for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Come back into those little bit wider hands with the fingers facing a little bit towards each other. Lift up onto the toes. Bend the knees to get that flat back. You might want to take the feet as wide as the mat, yogi's choice. And then bend at the elbows, bringing the crown of the head towards the mat and press back up. 10 times, pike press. 1, shoulder push up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Bring the knees down. Come to sit on the heels. Clasp behind you. Open the heart. Lift, look up. And plant the palms. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the left heel down. Inhale up, warrior 1. Press the right hip back, left hip forward. Press through the left heel. Knit the rib cage close, engage the core. And then clasp the hands once again behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, come back up. Release, plant the palms, step it back to plank. And lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, drop the right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Clasp the hands behind the back, reverse the clasp. Inhale, open. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, plant the palms. Step it back, bring the knees down and bring the belly to the mat. Open the right hand out to the side, maybe bending at the elbow. Press the shoulder into the mat and open the left hip on top of the right. Let the right side of the head come onto the mat, really stretching through the front of the shoulders, which feels amazing for me right now, so I hope it feels just as good for you. I did some push-ups yesterday too, and I think that's why I'm so sore right now. And come back, other side, left hand out, press through the left shoulder, open the right hip on top of the left. You should be feeling a stretch in the front of the left shoulder. You can rearrange your arm in whatever way feels the most comfortable, which feels the most beneficial for you. Inhale, come back up, press it back to tabletop. And take the right fingertips to reach you, towards you. Press down through the palm of the right hand and lean back a little bit, stretching the wrists, or the right wrist anyway at this point. And switch sides, press to the top of the right hand now. Press into all 5 fingers and gently lean back so that you're getting a stretch on the front of the forearm. And over to the left hand now, reach the left fingertips back towards you. Press into the palm of the left hand, stretch along the inside of the left forearm. And switching to the back of the left hand, be gentle. These are not places that we often stretch, so it's sometimes quite tight. And release, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake those hands. Up and down and side to side. If you have rings, they might fly off. And release. Come to a seat. You can roll down onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest. And we'll do a couple variations of the same pose or twist. Bring the knees over the hips, legs at a 90-degree angle. Do your best. And take the arms out in cactus or goalpost arms, which means that your arms are out to the side, but the elbows are bent at a 90-degree. So drop your toes to the mat, lift the hips and move them over to the right an inch or 2, and then bring them up to that 90-degree angle and let them fall over to the left, keeping your cactus arms on the mat. That adjustment of the hips helps to keep the spine in alignment. So anytime you are moving into a twist, it's always a good self-adjustment to make, moving your hips a little bit over to one side or the other, depending on which way you're going. And that way, when you get into the twist, your spine is still you know, a straight up and down alignment, even though it's twisting in the middle. Awesome. Move back to center. So take the toes to the mat, lift the hips now a little bit over to the left, bring the legs up into that 90-degree angle and allow them to fall to the right, keeping your cactus arms on the mat. And come back through center and take the hips back to the center and now roll onto your left side. Left side, palms together. You can grab a pillow or a block to put underneath your head here if that makes it more comfortable. Palms together, knees in alignment, legs at a 90-degree angle, so emanating straight out from the hips and then straight down towards the end of the mat. Keep the knees exactly where they are and inhale, open that right arm like a book to reach back behind you. So you might notice that as you begin to reach, your top knee leaves the bottom knee. So look down, fix the knees so they are equal, and allow gravity to take over that right arm. If it is more advantageous for you to grab a block or a cushion to place underneath the hand, if this is just too extreme of a stretch, grab that, do that, and place your hand on top of that block or that bolster or cushion or whatever it is that you're using, in a place where you can still feel a wonderful stretch on the front of the shoulder, but it's not too extreme for pleasure. This is one of my new favorite juiciest stretches. I'm a big fan. So we'll stay here for 5 long breaths. Really slowing it down and becoming present to the way our body feels in this moment. As you're ready, close the book once again, roll onto your back and over to the right side. Take that right arm out in front of you, legs at a 90-degree angle, knees straight out from the hips, calves straight down from the knees, palms together, head on a block or a mat if that feels comfortable. And as you're ready, inhale, open the left arm and twist, making sure that the knees stay stacked. You might notice that one side is different than the other. That's fine and normal and to be expected. Check your knees. And allow gravity to take over. Two more breaths. And as you're ready, bring the hands back together and then roll over onto your back. Take your arms to cactus arms and windshield wiper the knees, left and right. And take the hands underneath the hips, palms down, point the toes, lengthen the legs, press through the elbows, and inhale, lift into fish, crown of the head to the floor, heart lifts, and release. You can take the arms out to the left and right. Allow the feet to fall to the left and the right as well. Take up space. Take up more space than your mat. Shimmy the shoulders underneath the heart space so the shoulders are not up by the ears. And come back to the body. Send your breath and your attention and your energy into the body to continue the conversation that we started at the beginning of this practice. Notice if your body perhaps feels different than it did before. Notice if perhaps it does not. Focus on sending love and gratitude to the body for everything that it does for you, to keep you alive, to keep you moving. Now allow that breath, love, gratitude, and energy to permeate the spaces within you and around you. And remember that everything we cultivate on the mat comes with us into our lives off of the mat as well. And I'll see you next time for our next class together. From my heart to yours, namaste.